Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Encrypted Connections. I'm your host, Kyle. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time, welcome, welcome. Always happy to have newcomers here. And I will sound like a broken record again. If it's your first time here, you will not find a better group or more amazing group of people in any chat anywhere on the interwebs or this weird place we call YouTube than you will right here. So stick around. You'll find some good friends. As I have. Val, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Who else is here tonight? Of course, Dewey. E-Rev, what's up, buddy? I was just talking about you. Good things. Don't worry. Tracy, that's your daughter, right, Dewey? Yeah, that's the Deucer's daughter. The Deucer is my daddy. Yep, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hope, how you doing? Hope you're feeling well. Julie Bug, welcome, welcome. Of course, Benny, and we'll get Benny on here in a few minutes. Kay, welcome. Thank you for being here. Our brother Fresh, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? I love you, pal. Henry, welcome. Dennis, what's up, dude? How are you? So, everybody, we got an interesting show for you tonight, man. Ben has had some interesting stuff going on at his at this piece of land and property out there in the UK where he lives. He's across the pond, if you don't know, and we'll get into that. We'll run a brief rundown of that whole story, but he's had some stuff going on that he's been investigating for a while, and he recently caught something that was really interesting. A couple things actually. So he's here to talk about that. And of course, let's bring in my co-host, the wonderful wizard of the Soggy Bottom, aka Dale Earnhardt himself, the Deuster. What's up, pal?
I don't know it. What's going on with you?
No, not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot. Just glad to be feeling
glad
better.
to be here.
That's right. Glad to be feeling better. I was a little under the weather for a few days. Felt like doo-doo.
Hey.
I felt, I was lower than a snake's belly.
Oh,
and
no.
For some reason, man, when I was a kid, I used to get sick around Thanksgiving. It felt like every year. Like, it was very strange. It would happen like almost every year. I'd get sick around Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving. And I was having a conversation about it the other day, and then all of a sudden 2 days later I'm sick. And I spiked a fever out of nowhere and just felt like crap, man. And it hung on, like it just dragged. It didn't go away quick. So I'm glad I feel better. I'm glad to be here with you folks. Yeah, a little under the weather is right. Hope wasn't feeling well either. Still might not be, actually. So I hope she feels better. A lot of people, it's just been a lot of people got sick, man. I was supposed to be on with Daniel, the young man from England there with the eDNA on Monday, and I couldn't do it. I was so tired, and run down. I felt so bad, but I guess there was a couple people who were supposed to be there that were sick too. So it's going around, man. Oh, you got to see on Thanksgiving. That's what I thought I had too. I thought for sure I had COVID. I'm like, it finally caught up to me. I'm not even going to say it out loud. Let's just say I've been very lucky so far. And I thought to myself, son of a gun, it got me. And nope, I tested negative multiple times. So not yet, mother lover. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? I was actually just on the phone with Mike. Just had a really good conversation with Mike from the CARC. Such a wonderful dude. I love that dude. And we were talking about a video he posted. If you guys don't follow This Week in Bigfoot, please go give them a subscribe, like, share, comment. It's a great show. 30 minutes. You get such a great amalgamation of Bigfoot topics in 30 minutes on that show, from some great guys who do a lot of great work. It really is one of my favorite shows on YouTube. I'm not just saying that. And so if you don't follow, go subscribe to that channel. Mike put up a video that's very interesting of these two weird little hominid things, man. They're very interesting. So go check that out. Anyway, Before we bring Ben on, I'm going to keep him backstage as long as possible just to mess with him. I'm just kidding. Before we bring Ben on, Dewey, you got some news.
Yes, I do.
What's your news?
Good
Please
news.
share with us.
Well, I guess everybody knows I've been in negotiations with Small Town Monsters for a while on publishing my new book, 12 O'Clock High, about the Thomas Mantell plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
And after a lot of soul searching and contract reading and all, I have decided to not to go that route, and I'm self-publishing my own. They'll be available on Amazon, or they'll be available through me. I've got a little. You can see it back here. See the poster back here?
Yes.
That's what the book cover looks like. Called 12 O'Clock High.
Oh, I like it.
Available on Amazon. In fact, it's available in hardback, paperback, and an ebook. And it's available now. Actually, I got them all sent off this morning, and they come back and said they're ready to go. So they're for sale right now. So
nice.
I want to order about 25 or 30 to keep here, and if somebody wants a signed copy, they can just shoot me an email or a message or whatever, and I'll get one to you.
And how do they reach you through email? What's your email?
GhostHunter911@gmail.com.
Oh, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you did it that way. Nothing against Small Town Monsters, but I think in the long run, this is better for you, especially.
Well, I had reservations from the start about turning over full control of my book to somebody else,
Yeah, absolutely.
This will be actually the 13th book I have published or helped publish. And I feel like I know what I'm doing by now anyway. If I don't,
yeah, sure.
I'll just go ahead and do it and have more control over it. So that way I can ship them out of my house. You can get them off of Amazon yourself or whatever. This one's a little bit more pricier than the other ones. This one retails for $35, but it's 450 pages.
Yeah.
It is a complete story. I mean, complete story of Captain Thomas Mantell.
You put a lot of work and passion. This is a passion project for you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did a lot of genealogy work in it as far as his parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and all. They were all war heroes, so he just stepped right in line with the rest of them, so.
I want people to understand too, like it wasn't just the work that you put into writing the book. You have taken this man's story and what he did, and you've done so much for him and his family. I mean, you went out and repainted the memorial sign in the town on your own. You were part of the first Thomas Mantell Memorial Day, correct?
Right, which is coming up actually January the 7th, I believe, this year. I'll post it a little closer to time, but see what they got planned. I would love to have a book signing that day if they got something, hadn't got something else going on. But
well, I think you should bring it up to him. You should bring it up to him. I think it's a great idea. But I mean, I want people to understand how much you've done for this man's memory. I think you definitely should get your just due for all the work you've put in, not just into writing the book, but everything else behind the scenes. It's remarkable. And I know whenever anybody has a project that, they're passionate about, they do an amazing job on it. 450 pages is a big book, and I'm sure it tells an amazing story. So I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could keep on digging and make it 550. If I kept
Right.
on looking, but I went through every file folder, everything I could find. In fact, the History Center in Franklin was nice enough for me to take the whole complete file instead of having me had to pay copy fees. They digitized everything and put it on a jump drive for me, so it's all on my computer now. So I've got the complete Mantell library on my computer.
Oh, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Well, that's great, dude. You're right. Joe, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? yeah, the amount of research Deucer did is staggering. Absolutely, it is. And that we need to do our part to try to get you and this book seen as much as possible and promoted. So I'm going to reach out to the people that I know to try to get you on whatever shows possible. Like we talked about last night. I'm going to say names right now, but we talked about one in particular last night that I think would be a great show for you to go on, just because it has a very far reach. And you deserve it, man. You deserve it. You put all that work in. People, that's the thing, right? Is when you do this stuff, you put work into it. It doesn't matter what, like, writing a book, having a show, doing research in the field. There's work. You put work in. It's not just all of a sudden 5 minutes before the show, let me hop on the computer and do the show, though. That's not what happens. Like, it's okay, I got to reach out to people, and I got to try to get a guest on, and I got to do my research about the guest, and I got to make sure, this and that, and all that stuff. When you're writing a book, you have to do even more research, and you have to dig even deeper, and there's a lot of work that goes into all this stuff. And so there should be some, like, you should get something back for that. If nothing else, you should get a good few pats on the back and at least recognized for what you're doing, especially for all you've done for this man. It's just amazing.
Do this much work, you really get attached to him. I felt like I felt like I grew up with him almost. The way I felt. But
sure.
The first time out to the crash site was very emotional. I just drove by there in the truck, and I just stopped there from beside the road. And it was very emotional for me, just that first time. Then the second time was almost as bad. The third time, it didn't bother me as bad, but I guess I was getting used to it, I guess. But you just grow attached to them,
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, that's right, Octopus. Let's pat this man's back. Absolutely. He deserves it. Anybody who puts that kind of work in deserves recognition. I saw people make comments about certain things about this YouTube stuff that, I'm not even going to get into it, but people make comments about things, and they're like, they're mean, and they're cruel, and they're rude, and they don't look at it from the other side of things, where it's like, you're taking time to travel, you're putting wear and tear on your car, you got to keep up with your gear and your cameras and your laptops and your this and your that and yada yada yada. It all adds up, man, and it's not cheap. It comes out of your pocket. So I'm glad that you have a way, at least, to get this book out there and get a little bit of something back from it.
Yeah, one reservation I had, they wanted to wait till next November to release the book, and I didn't want to sit on it for another year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the story needs to be out there.
Sure does.
And then I guess they was gonna. So we're still doing the documentary. I'm still 100% primed up with this documentary. In fact, that's one thing that I was talking to Seth about. I said, yesterday morning he called, and I said, we're still doing the documentary. I said, I'm 100% behind it. It is a lifelong dream of mine to get this done. And I said, the book is a separate deal from the documentary. And, he said, well, I'm glad you are, because if I didn't have your input and help with this, I just pull the plug on it. So,
well, see, that right there tells you something, man.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's great. Henry, yes, that's what the screen sifter is for. Yep.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yep. The archaeological dig at the site there. And there's a lot of stuff that they're doing for this documentary too. It's going to be an amazing film. I have no doubt about that. So anyway, let's bring our good buddy from across the pond on. He's from this weird place. It's called the UK. Apparently at one time they thought they were better than us, but we kicked their ass and sent them packing. But Ben's a good egg. So let's bring Ben on. What's up, buddy?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, of course, dude. Of course. When you first sent it to me, I went, and I'm there he is, Ruben. Ruben,
He's here.
buddy.
He's attacking me backstage.
Ruben. Sit, Ruben. Sit. Sit, Ruben.
He's got breath of a camel.
He thinks you do too. So when you first talked to me and sent me this image, and you know me, I'm very, very tough about pictures with this stuff, right? It's difficult.
You are, yep.
Joe Perdue, what's up, man? Welcome. Thank you for being here, dude. I'm very tough on pictures and images because it's difficult. Like that's a very tough thing with this subject. It is, any photographic image or video, you have to put it through the ringer because number one, we now live in a time where AI takes over everything, and it's very easy for things to be hoaxed. Prior to AI, we had Photoshop that made things even muddy then, but this AI thing is even crazier. You still also have people who throw on suits and do stupid hoaxing stuff. It's a sad state of affairs, but people do it. And then there's people who take pictures of nothing, and they know it's nothing, right? We've seen it. They take pictures of stumps. They take pictures of shadows. They take pictures of rocks. They take pictures of trees, and they go, "Oh, it's Bigfoot," right? And the thing is it's an easy lie to get away with because there's no real way when it's just this dark, blurry, amorphous blob to say no, it's not, right, Dewey? Like you can say it, but there's no way to truly prove it's not.
Right.
So these people hide behind those easy lies, right? That's why you have to be tough with this stuff. So when Ben reached out, talk regularly anyway, he's a buddy of mine, and he said, take a look at this picture. And I took a look at it and I went, oh, there's something there. I instantly was like, man, I gotta put this. I knew, number one, if you know Ben, 100% Ben is not a hoaxer. Number one, he's not on YouTube anymore. He took his channel down. He doesn't have anything to do with this stuff as far as that goes. Everything he does is behind the scenes for himself. Doesn't share it with anybody. So he doesn't have a dog in the fight, right? There's no reason for him to do anything like that because there's no payoff for it. Not to mention the fact that this is not who he is. So I knew right away that was not even in my mind. Then, when you hear the story, like the backstory about what happened, you go, okay, this is interesting. And Ben, to his credit, like he did everything right when he caught this thing. So let's start back at the beginning. You initially started going to this property when?
It would have been the early part of this year.
Okay.
So
and when
probably maybe mid to end February.
Okay. And when you first started going, did you have activity happening?
Yeah.
Or did you find evidence that there may be something going on?
Yeah, trampled down areas under the trees. Not really footprints in this location, although I did get a print in another location. So the print I gave you is another place about 5 miles on. Okay, well, 5 miles is nothing. But yeah, just an interesting place. Stuff going, limbs, broken limbs that are just unexplainable. Although tree stuff is hit and miss.
Sure.
But yeah, just an interesting place. It felt to me as though it was interesting. Lots of water. Yeah, so that would have been end of Feb. And then when did we get the thing off this film? Probably was it April? Oh, we saw the date on it. April or May? Early April.
It was April, yeah.
So yeah, I was just checking out this area and I was spending a little bit of time there. And then one Sunday, me, my wife, my 2 daughters, Simon his partner, and Ruben, it's a lovely place to walk, so we just went for a walk. And that was when I sort of felt like I was being watched, if you like, a sort of weird feeling. So I shot a small video of the tree line just at the beginning of the walk. I didn't see anything with my eye, nothing at all. Anyway, so looking back over the video and just having a close up of what was on the tree line, that was when this picture came out. It was taken by me. It's all 100% genuine. And looking back over it, I could clearly see a face in the tree line.
Yeah.
Same day. So there was four females on that walk as well with us that day, including my two daughters, me and Simon. And yeah, like I say, I shot a small video. It was probably 3 or 4 minutes of where I thought I just had a feeling, it was just an eerie feeling came over me. So and then looking back into the film was when I pulled that picture out of it. Of this face looking back at me from the tree line, or what I could see as a face looking back at me from the tree line, which didn't look human.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh man, I'm pissed right now. I don't know what is going on. The pictures didn't go through to my email for some god awful reason. Shut up.
So yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are today.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead, Ben. Keep talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, so I shot a small video at the beginning of the walk, and had a close-up look at it later, and saw what I can only describe as a face looking back at me from the tree line. Very well camouflaged, but that's basically what I could see, and that's what the photo is. Photo was taken by me. It was actually a short video, but I just took that image out of the video and sent it to you as a photo.
Yes. Hold on. Let me just try this real quick. I don't know why it's not working. Of course it's not. Oh, come on.
And then the picture of the print came about 4 or 5 miles further on, another location that I spent a bit more time at. But the print started out as an indentation into the leaves under a structure, and then pulling the leaves back, just gently pulling them back with my hand, I could see clearly that there was a footprint underneath. It was pushed hard into the mud, you know?
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know why this isn't working. Of course it's not. Why would it? Jeez.
Nothing ever goes to plan, Carl.
It doesn't. I'm about to lose my effing mind. Ben, do me a huge favor.
Yeah.
Can you email those to me right now?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Dude, just send me the two closest ones, and the footprint for now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I sent these earlier. It didn't say anything about not going through, so I don't know what is going on. I'm this new
Hey, don't
phone.
worry, Carl. It gets weirder than this because earlier on, checking through my photos.
Yeah.
Right. The photo of the face has completely disappeared from my Apple Photos. Okay.
Wait, what?
The picture of the face has disappeared from my Apple Photos. Okay, since talking to you. Luckily, we've got it on WhatsApp. Completely disappeared. And earlier on, I've taken copies back off of our chat and put it back into my photos.
What the hell? Really?
Yeah, mate. Nothing ever goes to plan. I'm serious. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Dude, Joe, this is amateur work. Can't get the pictures up. You never see equipment problem like this on my channel. Oh God.
The pictures
Well,
have all gone,
listen,
Joe. The pictures have all gone.
not everybody is regional Sasquatch YouTube celebrities like you and Jesse are. So you know, our equipment is
I can pretty sure I can do this now for you. Hold tight.
and you know, if I remember correctly, Monday night you may have had some issues. I'm just saying, Joe. Just saying. You guys got faulty backpacks that won't stay upright.
Jetpacks.
Yeah, jetpacks that fly away on their own. Oh God. If you guys don't know, this is me and Joe's relationship. It kind of goes this way. Joe it does a tremendous job. He does, even when he's doing a terrible job, he does a tremendous job.
The face should be in your email now, Carl.
Okay, let me check.
I'm just going to resend. Do you want me to resend the print as well?
Yeah, send the print too.
Yeah,
send the print because I want them to see that.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Here we go.
You got it.
I got it. Yep, I got it. Let me share it now. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing.
I'm just reading some of the chat.
Well, we brought some entertainment, you know.
Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, here is the picture of this thing's face. And you tell me what you think. It's dead in the center of this yellow circle.
Carl, have you got the picture as well of have you got the picture of the comparison of the other couple that caught the pictures?
No, I don't. I tried so hard to take a good picture of that.
Yeah.
And it was so difficult, like trying to catch it on that video.
Yeah.
It just didn't come out good at all.
Okay.
So I'm hoping what I'll do is they're coming on next week.
Yeah.
And when they come on, hopefully they'll share that picture. And when they do, I'll bring yours up again.
Okay.
To share them side because they can show the picture steady right then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a couple that's coming on next week. They're called the couple's channel is called Sasquatch America or Squatch America, and they caught a picture of two faces in a bush, and one of the faces in that bush looks very, very similar to this thing. Like very similar. It's eerie how close they look, but I don't know if you guys can see.
I'm sending you over another one that's not so blurry, not so zoomed in, Carl. All right.
Okay.
Just to give some comparison, because that one is a little bit blurry and.
So we're not. No one here is saying this is a Sasquatch, but there's something there. It has that like grayish color. It looks like a nose, a cheekbone, two eyes, and then this very reddish brown hair surrounding the outside. Dewey, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It looks like the eyebrows are real pronounced too. It looks like to me.
Yeah, it's got a pronounced ridged forehead, hasn't it? Yeah, that's exactly what my. Kyle, I've sent you another one that's not so zoomed in, buddy. Try if you can. If you can put that one up, it'll be brilliant.
Okay, hold on. Hope you're banned. Listen, this is my first time ever sharing anything like this because I believe in this picture that much. You know, I don't share pictures on this channel for a reason. There's something there. There is something there. This is not pareidolia in my eyes. The colors don't fit. It doesn't like it, so when Ben's there, he doesn't see it. But when you look at it in this picture, it looks like nothing else around it, right? So from a distance where it needs to be, you're not going to see it at all. It's going to blend in perfectly. But when you get up close and look, the colors don't match anything else that's around it.
I've tried to pull the bones out of it I've tried myself to pull the bones out of this to basically dispel my own mind. Because, yeah, I truly understand that people think they can see things that aren't there. I get it totally. I've had a look at this. I've changed the color on it. I've been through it. I've been to the area. With Carl. We've done measurements on that face to the trees, and it's a lot bigger than it looks.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Ben went there with me, like on while we were talking, and stood in this area. And where he stood in that area, this thing is a minimum of 2 feet taller. A minimum.
It's way above me. Yeah.
Yeah, it towers over him.
Did you get the picture that wasn't so zoomed?
I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Yeah, you might see more in this, guys. Maybe you might see nothing at all. Yeah.
Hope that yes, it does. It's called pareidolia. It's natural for us to see faces where there aren't any, but there's faces. There's a face here. I mean, plain and simple. There's a face here. This is not some like. This isn't pareidolia. Pareidolia to me looks much different. Like, you still have to zoom in on it, Ben, for them to see it. Otherwise, they're not going to see it well. But that's all right. We'll see what we got.
The next one, I've tried to take some of the zoom off of it. So, hello, sorry.
Share screen. Share screen. This one. Oh, not yet. Nope. Cancel. Damn it. Hold on.
I had an aunt that used to send me dozens of pictures by email every week. Just about every picture she made had a dog's face in it, according to her. I mean, she would circle it, and I don't see anything, but I could see something in that picture. But what she used to send me was just pareidolia, like you said,
Right. Yeah. Well, listen, I've seen my fair share. I've had people send me some crazy shit.
Yeah, me too.
Some crazy stuff, man. Like just like 1,000 of them around me, hanging off my beard. Yeah, it's insanity. But yeah, this is different. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is obviously not zoomed in at all, but I'm gonna have to zoom in so they can see it. It may blur it a little bit.
There we go. That's better. There's less blur in that.
But I mean, look at it. To me, it's like there is symmetry there, and it's perfectly hidden where it should be, where it's peeking up over the top of a bush or a tree.
There's actually holly there as well. It's an evergreen.
Okay. Yeah. So it's got the perfect place to, to sit and watch. The fact that there were how many women?
4.
4 women, and how many kids?
So two adult females. One was 9, one was 3.
Okay, so there were two girls and then 2 women.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So 4
And
females total, 2 of them being kids. We know that they talk about this stuff and like that these things like women and kids. I mean, that's the perfect like recipe right there.
it's a it's just something of interest that came out on the film, and I just thought I'd hand it over and share it. I can't say for definite what it was because, like I said, I did not see this with my eye, and I'm not going to get drawn into what it is or what it isn't. No idea. Just an interesting picture, and I thought I'd just share it because to me, I can see a face in the trees with a little bit of hair around it as well. I don't know what everybody else can see.
Yeah. To me, it's a face, and it's got some like auburn hair around it. The face is that kind of grayish, bluish gray color.
It's the skin. It's the skin that makes it stand out to me more than anything else because it doesn't match anything else in that tree line.
Nothing at all. It's interesting, man. It really is. And like Dewey said, the eyes seem deep set with a heavy brow ridge.
Yeah.
It looks like a very pronounced cheekbone, where you can see the light, hitting those contours. It's interesting for sure.
However you look at it, it's a very interesting picture from the UK, I think.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It raises questions. That's for sure.
And the nice thing is with this is it's a genuine picture. It was taken from my phone by me.
Yeah.
It's a plain, honest, true picture.
Yeah.
What more can you do?
Yeah, right. Well, you did something that a lot of people don't do is in the moment where you felt that there was something looking at you, you had that feeling that something was watching you, you pulled your phone out and you started filming. If you are ever in that position where you feel like there's something there and it's watching you, I beg you, just pull your phone out and start shooting pictures. Just start taking video. Just do it. Go ham, because the least that can happen is nothing's there. But you follow that intuition, man. There's a reason we have intuition. We've evolved to have that so that we can protect ourselves. And so follow that gut feeling, and you may possibly end up with something. The folks who are coming on next week, one of the pictures they caught, or one of the pictures they showed, I think it was their friends. They were in an area where there was stuff kind of going on. They didn't know for sure, but they heard something and felt something. And on the way out, he just snapped backwards over his shoulder and caught what is an amazing picture. So hopefully they'll share that with us when they come next week. But again, see, there was somebody who felt something and they just went click, click, click real quick. Yeah. And there it is.
And another big point from my point of view is if you don't have to be researching, you don't have to be looking even into this subject. Sometimes when you're out and about with friends near the woods or the forest and you get this feeling, just take a small video of the tree line. It doesn't have to be anything special. You'll be amazed sometimes when you look back. You don't have to be there with a great big lens, and all the rest of it. You just take a small video of the tree line, have a look back at it later and see if there's anything in it,
Right, absolutely. Yeah, Rev, that's the left eye, and that's the cheekbone that you're
Yeah.
seeing for sure.
And Rev, you can. There was another question up here. The shine on the nose. Yes, it was a very sunny day. I can see shine on its nose as well.
Yep. I mean, you could see the highlights where the sun's hitting,
Mhm.
the
Oh yeah.
contours of the face,
Yeah.
and people, one of the things that we don't know, but the speculation for being just from the evidence that's been gathered from greasy handprints that have been left on things, people's cars, happened to me. Um, these things seem to have some kind of oily surface layer. I don't know what it is. Doug Hychek coined the term for it. Alba vernix, I think is what he calls it. And it's this greasy stuff that's on their skin, or seems to be on their skin. That's why they leave these greasy handprints on things. So if they have it on their hands, then it would seem that they would probably have it on their face. So probably going to shine pretty good in the light.
Yeah, it does seem to have a bit of shine coming off of its nose and its cheek there for sure, and the top of the brows as well.
Right, exactly. And you don't listen. Look at where the sun is hitting on those high points. They are
Right.
very
Yeah.
pronounced high points.
Right.
Yeah.
You've
I
got
mean,
highlights where they should be, and you got shadows where they should be. So,
exactly. It's not like these things are in random places. There is symmetry there. It's very
That's why
interesting.
that's what I thought when I looked at it, and I've kept this. I mean, this was put on my channel, but I think a lot of people may have overlooked it or thought maybe they can see something, maybe they can't see something. It's just one of those. It was a picture I took. It was a genuine picture. I thought I'd just share it.
Well,
So
it's a great pick. I wouldn't be sharing it if I didn't have like real confidence in it being something. I'm not saying what it is. I don't know what it is, but
no, me neither. Me
it's
neither.
something. And I sent it to Dewey right away. I said, because I wanted to get his opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously Dewey's been doing this for a very long time. I value his opinion very highly. And what did you say to me right away?
I said it was a face, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I mean,
it's funny because this picture came back to life because Carl, you sent me the link to the couple that you've got coming on next week. Is that correct?
yeah, the fifth.
And you said look 40 minutes in, and when I looked 40 minutes in at the two faces in that picture,
Yep.
that was when I thought there's some similarity here.
Listen, when they come on the 5th, which I think is next Tuesday.
Yeah.
If
You got to check this out, by the way, everybody. You got to
you
check
have
this
to
out.
check this out, this video. I don't know if they're going to show it. I'm not sure. We haven't talked about that. I will talk to them about it. Hopefully they will show the pictures.
Yeah.
But if not, you can see the pictures on their channel. It's called Squatch America, and the video is why Bigfoot reports are so important. It's 40 minutes in, and then I think 40 minutes and then 50 minutes.
Yeah, 40 and then 50, yeah.
So at the 40-minute mark and then the 50-minute mark, the 40-minute mark is the picture of the two faces in the bush, and the face on the left of that picture looks so eerily similar to
Yeah.
this face. That was another reason why when I saw this, I went, holy shit, there's a face there. Like it looks just like the face in the other picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw
it's
I saw the
eerie.
similarity straight away.
Yeah,
Which is
it's eerie,
which is
man.
why the subject came up again, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's funny how, like, some of these things, like sometimes you trigger something, right? With something like that when that happens. And then you go back and you go, man, like there's something there. There's definitely something there. like I said, I wouldn't be showing this on here tonight if I wasn't pretty confident that there's definitely something out of place in those bushes.
Yeah, it's an interesting pic, that's for sure. It's very, very interesting, and it's the only one. It's the only picture that I've ever taken, and I've seen something, some sort of cemetery and a face in the trees like this. It's the only one I've got. So.
Yeah, you can take. Is that Miss D?
That is Miss D. She is she's giving her opinion on the face.
What do you think, Miss D?
That's an eye, of course.
Right.
And a nose.
Yes, ma'am.
There's an ear poking up.
Yes.
She's caught me hiding in the bushes several times, so she knows what to look for.
I'm not gonna lie. He might be telling the truth. Yeah, I see the eye there.
Yeah.
And there's a brow kind of right there, but that's an ear. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And it's got that, it's surrounded by that auburn colored hair.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
It's very
good job, whoever it was.
I went back to this spot before coming on tonight, and me and Carl, I sent Carl some exactly the pictures of me in these trees. We found the same trees, we found the same birch, the 2 birches, 3 birches there. And I went back into the bushes, and my head, well, you couldn't see my head above the bushes, but where these limbs go across, it was 2 foot higher than me, this head, this face. So it's super interesting. I went back and tried to dispel, the sort of height it would have been roughly, and that's what we came back with, boots on the ground as well. So
right. Initially, too, we had no idea what the height was, but then you got there and you saw that whole area back there dips down.
It does, yeah. It drops away, yes, yeah,
yeah. So at that moment, he was like, whatever he thought the height might have been initially, then realized like, wow, this is much bigger than even initially could have thought, because that floor dipped down so much.
I'm 5'11", and it's that whatever it is in this picture is 2 foot taller than me, at least. So
that's a big boy or girl. I don't know what it is, but or whatever. It's a big something.
Yeah.
And listen, here's the thing: people aren't going out there and painting their faces grayish blue, and putting on an auburn wig and hiding in the bushes in the UK. I mean, it's just not happening. Especially, not people who are 8 feet tall.
No, it's nothing. I haven't seen anybody doing that yet.
Yeah, have not seen that happen yet. Except Dewey said he's been caught in the bushes numerous times. So I guess
that's true. Yeah,
maybe it does happen more often than we know.
What you were describing were a lot of Springfield residents. So you mentioned 8 foot mark,
So Dewey, in all of your years and with all of your experience, you said to me right away, I see a face there. Without a doubt, there's a face there. You haven't had a full sighting of a Sasquatch, have you?
No, I have not.
No. But from everything that we've heard over the years, the telltale signs are there, right? The deep set eyes, that gray colored skin, auburn hair, obviously tall. It's it all points to that thing. It just sucks because you can't say it is. We just don't have enough data to say it is. But
no, exactly that. The last thing I'm going to say to anybody here is, look, that is a Sasquatch? I don't know. I didn't see this with my eyes. It was the camera that's pulled this out.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm here to say. I'm just here to show people the picture and tell them the truth about the day and how it happened, and which I've done. So,
and I ran this thing through every filter I possibly could. I enhanced every light spectrum that I could on my computer, and contrast and low light and highlight and color and everything, and nothing changes. The symmetry's still there. The eye, the nose, the cheekbone, it still all looks like an eye, nose, and cheekbone. None of that changes.
no.
It's impressive, man. It really is. And then we didn't even share. Let me share the print, because print's 5 miles away, which is nothing. I mean, 5 miles is nothing. That's
both of these locations are in the South Down National Park, so which is quite a big area of protected.
Right. This stupid thing. Where did you go? There. They need to make this easier to share these things. It should just be like a click, one click. Bring it up.
Did you get the print on email, or?
Yeah, I got the print. Bringing it up right now. Okay. And that share screen. That. There we go. Okay. So here you go. It's obviously not like, this isn't a patty print where it's the most perfect thing in the world, but
No, it's not.
Ben was there. There was an impression in the ground, and there were toe impressions.
Yeah, there's toe impressions there. Yeah, at the end, you can clearly see five toe marks.
And how big was this?
Right. When I found this was an indentation into the leaves, okay, which looked to me, I could see a shadow on it, like a footprint. So all I did was scrape the leaves back around the indentation, and this is what was underneath it. So yeah, this, how big was this? So my shoes are a size 11. UK size, and my trainer went straight into this. Disappeared into the print, so pretty big. I would have put it at about 13, 14 inches, maybe a little bit more than that.
Well, that's a good size print, and that's
Yes, it is.
14 inches. 14 inches is like a. Is that like a size 16?
Yeah. So UK 11, 12. But here it would have been a UK 13, 14.
Let's see. 14 inch men's shoe.
So this footprint is from, like I say, another location. This isn't where the first picture was taken, but above this footprint, Carl, did you get a picture of the tree structure above this?
I did not. Okay, so hold on real quick.
Yeah, cool.
This is where the size of the footprint in inches people get so wrong. And I knew it was the inches to shoe size is crazy. So 14 inches is a size 19 or 20 shoe.
Yeah, there we go.
American men's shoes.
it's you know, it's pretty big, because this was part of another video as well, and just after this was taken, the dog, anything I find on the ground when I've got Reuben with me, he will eat it or put it in his mouth within seconds. As soon as you show interest to anything, he'll try and eat it or he'll dig it. Now, just as I shot this video, you can actually see Reuben coming through to do his normal, oh, I'll dig that up, I've got to send it. And you can see from the dog's head how big this print is. It's a shame. I should have taken more measurements and been a bit more methodical, but when you're out and about and you just don't, it's just not something that I do. I just gather some evidence on the photos and then I move on. So, but
it's hard because like you're preoccupied with other things. You got the dog running around, and you know it's easy to forget to do some of this stuff. But yeah, it you know, 14 inches, size 19 or 20 shoe. That's a massive, massive, massive foot. I wear a size 14. Okay, I think my actual foot in inches is somewhere around 12 inches. 12, I think, somewhere around there. But as you continue to go up, you know that those measurements get increasingly bigger. So like 12 and 11/16 is size 16. 13 inches is a size 17. And then here's the other thing too. A human footprint at 14 inches, the width of the foot is usually 5.5 inches across. I would venture a guess that print right there is probably closer to 7 inches across. Just looking at it.
Yeah.
If that's 14 inches long,
it was a big indentation in the leaves, and so whatever this was, this print, this had appeared under the leaf litter.
Yeah. If that's 14 inches long, if you take your two fingers and you measure across and then flip it vertical, it's almost exactly halfway up that footprint. So it would be about 7 inches across. That's not a normal human width of a foot. I mean, that's a big ass foot.
Was a big print, definitely. And this was so I think this print was, I think I found this in May. So the first picture was taken in April and this was taken in May. So it seems to be that there's some, in these two locations, the activity is sort of late spring, early summer.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a question as well. I saw in the chat about food source. Henry. Yeah. Both of these locations are heaving with deer, wildlife running around, rabbits. You know, both of the locations. Wildfowl, geese. There's plenty of food there. There's plenty of food.
Yeah, I'm sure there's, you know, some straggling Englishmen. What's that, Ben?
I was just saying to Henry, I did see, I was going to reply to his question. It's just I was just explaining things about the photo and you know, the print, but just to reiterate, there is huge food sources in both these locations. Massive amounts of food.
Are you guys saying you see a second face in that picture? There's people saying that
2 or 3 mentioned that.
A few people are saying they've seen a second face in that picture potentially.
Yeah,
you'll have to give it another look over. You know, the thing is that the nature of the beast is if it's one of these creatures, they hide. That's what they do.
Yeah,
and they do it better than any other creature on the planet.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
They're the hide and seek champion of the world.
That's right. They do it better than anything else out there. So, you know, finding even for Ben to go back and look through this and find that is amazing because again, zooming in on it, it's separate from everything else, but it still would be difficult to look through all that and see to pick that one thing out and go, shit, there's something there. You know,
and that's it's funny you should say that, Carl, because that's exactly what happened. And when I did notice it, it was a question of that time. It was like, shit, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. Like, shit, no, I was sort of, are you shitting me? You know, I go back and look. Oh, there's definitely a place there, you know. So well, it was a sort of light switch moment when I saw it myself. It was quite short.
If you guys, I don't know how you would do it. If there's a way for you guys to somehow take that picture and mark where you see the other face and send it to me on my email, I would love to see what you see.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Yeah.
That would be really cool. I don't know if you can. I don't know how you would do it, but if there's a way to do it, if you can take a screenshot on your phone or something and then blow it up and mark it, send it to my email, that would be great. I would love to see it. Hold on, I'll put my email up here for you. And that, you know, that's for anybody that if you guys just, you know, somebody wants to send me an email to talk to whatever, if you have some kind of encounter or anything, please send them there. It's this stuff takes work, man. It takes time. You to go through footage. It's daunting. Like when you go out and you film for hours on end to go through it all. I just can't do it. I don't have the time to go through every bit and bob in the background of 4 hours of footage. I just don't have that time. So when I put videos out or when there's live streams that I do, I rely on other people who have keen eyes to see things if they're there. So far, I haven't had anything that's been, of any real significance. There's been some questionable things, and then there's been some things that are just straight up crazy. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Look like a scene from Picture Pages or like a Jackson Pollock painting. Just marks all over the place. Like a 3-year-old took a splatter brush and was just like, oh, look at all the Bigfoots. Look at them all. Look at them all. Dewey, I'll have to send you that picture. You'll get a kick out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. It's interesting.
Have you still got it, Carl?
Huh?
Have you still got that?
I've still got them all. I've got every one of them. I've got every one of them, brother. I kept them for, comedic value. Yeah, it's something. But you gonna go back here or what? Benny?
Yes, mate.
You gonna go back there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, both locations. Yeah. I was at one of the locations. I was talking to Fresh about this actually, and I think I mentioned it to you, Carl. Where this footprint was taken, I took the dog to and with my wife. We went for a walk, and we were on the other side of the woodland to where this footprint was. The crash.
I'm sorry, guys. It's so bad. I know, man. It's frustrating because I don't even know I do it like a lot of the time. And I really, really need to try to stop. I really don't want to cuss as much as I do. It's become such a terrible habit and I don't even realize I'm doing it. So I really apologize. I'm going to I'm going to work on it. I know some people get upset about it, and I don't want to alienate anybody because, you know, I'm out here cussing like a sailor. It's who I am. It's how I don't look at it as a big deal. That's just me. I think like, you know, some guy somewhere one day said, you know, don't say this word, it's bad. But what if the same guy said, don't say love, it's a bad word? Well, then we wouldn't be saying, you know, I love you to people. You'd go, you know, I love you. And then somebody go, I love you too. Now let's fight. You know, it meant something totally different. Right. So
Yeah.
it's just, to me, it's like, it's just a word. It doesn't mean anything, but some people it does. And I don't want those people to be upset. So I'm working on it. I'm trying. I apologize. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, guys. Who was talking?
Yeah, so we were out for a walk on the other side of the woodland, and there was a huge crash of a limb to our right hand side, which startled my wife. Worse than the kitchen incident, which was in February. So yeah, it was, and that was just a quick visit with the dog. But it was windy that day, so it could have just been a limb coming down in the wind. You just don't know. But it was interesting.
Yeah,
Crash certainly livened up the walk.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, but you listen. If you're out in the woods and you're walking, Dewey, have you ever had that happen to you? You're out in the woods, and all of a sudden you hear a tree come down. There's no wind. There's no nothing.
Yeah, I've heard that before. It's kind of unnerving. Whether what
kind
happened?
of.
Did it fall over? Did something push it over? Or
it is unnerving. You're absolutely spot on there, dude. It is unnerving. It is
the pee out of you.
Yeah, you think it's you think things through in your head, and then you just speed up.
Right. Yeah. Time to get out of here.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. It's. I'll tell you what, man. I don't put my neck on the line for many things, but I believe wholeheartedly that you caught something there, man. And here you go. Right. So you can do this for your whole life. Dewey's been doing it his whole life. You've been researching the paranormal and the cryptids for your whole life, right?
Right. When I come over with the Pilgrims, I started that day.
Right. Jumped off the Mayflower with his little suit on, and immediately said, "I'm going out there and looking for ghosts and Bigfoots."
Yeah. I had some balancing rods and a K2 meter. Is all I had back then.
You had a K2 meter back then?
Yeah.
Oh, so, but you've been doing it your whole life, and a good portion of it, and to catch a picture of anything in the cryptid world, the paranormal world, is like hitting the lotto.
Get off the keyboard.
Right. I mean, dude, it's like hitting the lotto to catch a picture of an apparition, or have you in your years of doing this ever caught anything on film or video or picture that was clear, and you'd say, oh, okay, there's something there?
Yeah, super interesting, and pretty rare by the looks of things as well. So
yeah. Have you ever caught anything?
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to figure out some way to try to send you a picture. I've got a dogwood tree outside my garage that has this weird, it's in broad daylight, has this weird smoky apparition above it. I mean, I can't explain it. So, I'll try to find that on my computer and send that to you and take a look at it. But it's my wife's uncle was putting in a septic system for us, and I was doing the labor for him. And I thought, I'll get out here, and I got the ditches and all dug. We had to pump the water from the backyard up on top of the hill into the field drain system. And he run I think it was 3-inch PVC pipe up on top of the hill. And I thought, I'm gonna get out here and take my camera and make some pictures for future reference, for landmarks, where I'll know where this line's at exactly, That I had to get out there and probe for it and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I made a few pictures, and I left them in the camera and put them up. later on, I guess maybe a year and a half later, I was just happening to look at pictures, and that's when I saw this image, And I've got the guy's name. He used to run he was one of the early ghost hunters in the country. He has the International Ghost Hunter Society. And I sent the picture to him to get him to analyze it for me, And he says that was definitely what they referred to as a spirit energy pattern. And he says it had to be very powerful to be as vivid as it was in broad daylight, So.
Yeah, I mean, from all accounts, it's very difficult for anything like that to materialize.
Well, I was wondering if he didn't run that backhoe or something, run through something. Was there a grave there or something he went through? Who knows? Something caused it to manifest over that tree. So, I don't know.
Very strange, man. Yeah, send me that picture.
Get
We'll
that
have
picture to you before the next podcast for sure. I want to try to find it tonight if I can.
Interesting, dude.
Yeah, we'll share it on the next show.
Yeah.
But there you go. It's so hard to catch this stuff. You just got to be right place, right time. You can go out all you want, and unless I say it all the time. Like, there's some people that are lucky or unlucky, depending on who you ask, where they have these things living alongside of them on their property or right there in the woods. Like, we had Mark Copeland on the show who had these things right there in the woods on his property, continuously coming to his house. To him, that was unlucky. He didn't like it. He wanted them things gone. And he was willing to pump some real hot lead into him to get him out of there. They were bothering him. They were scaring his kids. And to him, that was no good. To a Bigfoot researcher, Sasquatch researcher, cryptid researcher, enthusiast, whatever, that's the gold mine. Yeah, I mean, because then it's like you don't have to go searching. They're there. I'm surprised people haven't asked about why I haven't gone to the property that I had all this stuff going on at. There's a reason. I know there's stuff going on there 100%. We've caught it on audio. We've caught footprint trackways. We have howls and whoops and knocks and the recorder being messed with. There was the bluff charge, but I think that there's something else going on there. I have gotten sick there 4 out of the last 5 times I've gone. I've been sick at the property. Been fine when I left, get to the property, get sick. Like typical EMF symptoms: nausea, confusion, dizziness, nervousness. It's not good. And I started thinking about it and going, man, I don't know about this. Like I should not be going out here by myself with this continuously happening. Not alone. And then the bluff charge thing scared the ever living shit out of me. I just that changed everything. I was like, I don't know what it was. Could have been a bear, could have been a deer. I don't know. But regardless, it was something telling me it didn't want me there. And that scared the hell out of me. And I just, between those two things, I've been very hesitant to go back. My point is like, you have, sometimes there are these places where these things live very close by and they not show themselves, but they're active in that area and leaving evidence on a regular basis where you may have a better opportunity to see one or catch one on film or something. If you find that, then okay. But otherwise you can go out and you can go to the place where there was the latest sighting and, doing that, like you're hoping that you get lucky, because if there was a sighting there 3 days ago, it doesn't mean they're there still. They could have been moving through there to hunt. They could have been moving through there to take a dump. They could have been moving through there, for any reason. It doesn't mean they're staying there. So it's really like, it's a crapshoot, man. So to catch something is so incredibly lucky. I mean, it's incredibly lucky. I mean, how many pictures are there out there that have been verified to not be hoaxes that people talk about? There's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. I mean, even if there was 1,000 of them, that would still not be a lot in the grand scheme of things. And I don't think there's 1,000 of them. I think there's less than that, at least that are out in the public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I must have just got lucky, you know?
Yeah, you did. You got very lucky. You got very lucky. You had the
There's-
perfect recipe. I mean, it was, you know, they seem to love females and they love kids, and you had 2 grown females and then you had 2 female children. That is like
whatever it was in the trailer, I was certainly interested in what we were up to.
Yeah.
You know, you can see he was, whatever it was having a good old look.
Yeah, staring right at you.
It's like I say, it's just luck, Carl. Just luck.
Well,
that might be the only one in my lifetime.
It might be. You're right. Absolutely.
Who knows?
Yeah, and that's you know, that's the thing that like people like who do this have to come to grips with. You may never catch one, or you may catch one and you get the bug then, and it's like, oh boy, I need to see him again. I need to get more, and you can go the rest of your life and never catch one again.
Yeah.
And that's what's so, it keeps people like myself going, but at the same time, it also becomes the bane of our existence. You get so frustrated at times. It's like, you know, God damn it. Like can I just get a little something back? I'm out here as much as I can be. Give me something, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh, Bri, if you'll go,
Yeah,
Bri, we'll go. If you're down, Brian, we will go. I won't. I don't want to go by myself, but if you and Chewy want to go, we'll go, man. I promise you, it's interesting. It is interesting. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Interrupted. Ben, were you going to say something, buddy?
No. I was more or less done. I was just going to say you totally hit the nail on the head. It's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
It's probably more unusual than a needle in a haystack from what I know so far, and I'm not super experienced, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, you did something right, man. This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it again. If any of you are ever in a position where it doesn't matter where you are, because the more that I do research about this stuff, the more that I find that these things aren't just out in the deepest, darkest woods. They're seen in places that you would never expect them to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been seen picking out of dumpsters behind churches.
Mm-hmm.
That piece, I think one of the biggest travesties in this community is that lost piece of video from the casino. Do you know what I'm talking about? The casino footage where the Bigfoot was in the dumpster on the Native American reservation years ago.
I don't think I've seen it, Carl.
David Wilbanks was one of the first people who was brought in to look at the video on the security cameras. And that video was supposed to be one of the greatest pieces of evidence there was. David saw it, and David was on the show and talked about it. And I mean, this is like lore in the Bigfoot community, how incredible that piece of footage was. And I think for all intents and purposes, it's been lost, or it's been held up by the Native American tribe who ran that casino. They won't let it out.
Right.
But there were a few people who saw it, and David being one of them, and said like, this was special. This was, the casino dumpster video. That's right, Joe. Yeah. David was on the show and talked about it, and it was supposedly an amazing video. Yep. Tribe withheld it. Yep. See, so there potentially are other videos out there. People may have videos of these things that they just don't want to release because they don't want people to go, you're crazy, you're full of shit, you're hoaxing, it's this, it's that. They don't want to be bothered, There's a theory that 80% of sightings are not reported. Imagine that. Imagine that. 80%.
So
You know how much data is lost to people not reporting because they're afraid of what others are going to think.
Yeah.
It's sad. And one of the things we talk about, like, is the vast differences in these reports and accounts. Is just because you had a sighting and it was very mundane. It was like, oh, I saw this thing. It was 80 yards away. It walked across the path, took a look at me, kept moving. No big deal. Right. That was your sighting. It looked flesh and blood. It was an animal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Joe says he saw a couple stills a couple weeks ago. It literally made his jaw drop. It won't ever see the light of day. It won't. I saw a very brief piece of it from David, and it was special. I mean, that piece of footage was special, and it was pretty long. I think it was like a minute long or a minute and a half long or something like that, where this thing is in full view, and it was massive. No, it's definitely not a hoax. No. That thing was so big and so tall, like insanity. Like insane big.
Can you say what? Can you say why it will never see the light of day?
The tribe, the Native Americans, do not want it out. They don't want the publicity. They don't want. I'm assuming here. They don't want the publicity. They don't want it out. They don't want people coming to the casino and looking for Bigfoot, and maybe there's even a part of that where, because of the Native American beliefs about these things, they're keeping it close to the chest.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, makes sense, right, Dew?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I've heard of this going on quite a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of what's it called? Distrust, I think, between the Native Americans and like everybody else when it comes to that stuff. Probably for good reason, maybe. I mean, if you were put on a reservation and kind of treated that way, you'd probably have some distrust for the people who did it to you too.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
It's interesting.
I wasn't even involved, and I don't trust the government either.
Yeah, right, exactly. Imagine if they did all those things to you, then you probably would just be like, nope, no, I'm not sharing anything with you. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. But either way, it's a shame that whatever it was not, couldn't ever be fully investigated and looked at, because according to him, what he saw, and he saw the full thing, I guess, was just amazing. So sad, man. But this is why I say, like, if you have a feeling at all that something's around you, just take pictures, man. Just take video, because you never know what you're going to catch.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
You never know what you're gonna catch.
Normally, if you get that feeling, it's normally for a reason.
Yeah, it's intuition, man. There's a reason that we've evolved to have that gut feeling. It's to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
It's to protect ourselves. So when you get a feeling in the woods, like someone's watching me, you get that, ooh, like the chills, that shiver, something's staring at the back of your neck. You can feel it. It's a feeling. It's a visceral feeling. Pay attention to it, and do whatever you need to do to try to catch something. But
did you ever see the Google car with all the cameras on it when it goes around it?
Yeah,
that's what I want my truck to look like when I get on with it.
Hey, Actually, real quick, let me show you something. Let me show you something here. You'll get a kick out of this. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Remember what we said? We talked about what we were going to do to the Prius.
Did he fall asleep again?
Vehicle of encrypted connections. Somebody beat me to the punch. Where is it? There we go. Can you see that? Oh, hold on. Look at that. That's a Prius. Look at that thing. Look at it.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Look at that. That's a Prius on mutters, all jacked up.
Wow. Is that fire coming out of the hood, or is that smoke, or what?
Four-wheel drive Prius.
That's the Prius on mutters right there, man. That's it. That's the official car of Encrypted Connections. That's my car. So this is what, if you donate to the channel, this is part of what you're donating to. We're going to do a Cummins engine swap. We're going to do a lift kit and 36-inch mutters and side steps, and that's going to be the official Encrypted Connections pimped out Prius. Yep, that's right. We're going to call her Greta. Yep, that's it. Oil change looks easy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and because it's a hybrid, they only need oil change like every 60,000 miles or something like that, 80,000, some shit, I forget. Yeah, interesting though, man. I'm glad you caught it. I'm glad you shared it and came on, man. It's
That's
awesome.
it. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna depart if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine, man. Hop off.
Thank you both very much for having me. Appreciate it, and hello to everybody in the chat.
Thank you for being here, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I've literally got to be up in a few hours. So.
Yeah, I know it's late over there, man. I know. Go ahead, man. Take off. Thank you
very much.
All right. Good night, buddy.
Yes, see you guys.
Man.
Man, interesting stuff, huh?
Oh yeah.
Interesting stuff.
I was trying to find a picture. Guess I'll have to get off my computer and send to you.
Of that
yeah,
energy thing. Yeah. Yeah, we could share it next time. It's no big deal. You don't have to go crazy trying to find it now. But it's crazy, man. You could do this stuff forever and never catch anything. And then, he's out on a walk with his family. Ben has an interest in this stuff, but it's not like he's a like hardcore researcher or anything. He just happened to be out on a walk in this area and had that feeling. And man, did something. It paid off. It should, because there's something there. Whatever it is, it's got a face. I don't know what that face belongs to, but it's something. It was very interesting, buddy. Thank you for being on, man. The Cryptmobile. It stinks, man, because that car, I love it. I do. I never thought I'd love a Prius in my life. But I do. I love that car. But it's not built for off-roading.
No,
not built for.
Well, as you can see by that picture, that was a straight axle in the back. There wasn't a differential in the back of it to drive the back wheels anyway. So
we're
stuck with front wheel drive right now, but
yeah.
Those you get that big Cummins engine put in there, you never know.
That's right.
You never know. I still say you ought to go with DeLorean.
Yeah, there we go. Listen,
that way you go back to the future too.
That's right. Yeah, I'll go right back to 1967 with Robert, with Patterson and Gimlin, and show up in Bluff Creek with a 4K camera get right up Patty's rear end. I get so close to her with that camera, I'll give her a colonic.
We could went back and got that. It would have been the Conley Edwards film, you know.
That's right. Yeah. We'll get so close with that zoom, we give her a colonic. It'd be the Connolly Edwards Sasquatch colonic film.
There you go.
They wouldn't need any DNA or anything.
Exactly.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's wrap this bad boy up. I got a phone call. I got to get on with these guys about we potentially might be going back up to October Mountain tomorrow. Me, Brian, Alex, and Chewy.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful. We'll see what happens. I got to talk to those guys when I get off here and figure out what the plan is.
There you go. Before everybody leaves, I know nobody's around my area much, maybe one or two of them. There's a restaurant in Greenbrier, Tennessee called Smoky Ridge Barbecue and Catering. And they have started a tradition. They started out by putting a couple of tickets on the window. And if you were hungry and need a meal or whatever, come in and take that ticket off and bring it up to them. And it kind of got going good today. Channel 5 News was there today doing an interview with them. But in fact, I purchased 2 tickets myself and put on Men and Stitch Wish bought a couple of meals and put on the window. And then if you go in hungry, you just go in and pull the ticket off, give it to the cashier, and they'll give you your meal, you know. So,
oh, that's amazing.
I thought that was kind of neat. So it's good way to pay it forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great, dude. Absolutely.
It deserves a mention, you know. And I've been going there since they've opened, and it's a great place to eat. Best barbecue in I think in the state.
Oh, that's great. I love hearing that stuff, man. You don't hear enough of that stuff, you know.
No, I thought that was outstanding.
Yeah, that is outstanding. If you're down in that area, please go down and check them out. What's it called? Smoky
Ridge Barbecue.
Smoky Ridge Barbecue. What town?
Yeah. Greenbrier, Tennessee.
Greenbrier, Tennessee. Well, kudos to them for that.
Right across the street from my favorite place, Guns and Leather.
Listen, how do you get any better? Guns, leather, and barbecue.
I know. You know, that's what I'm saying, you know.
Is that where you get your leather chaps?
No, that's where I buy my guns.
Oh boy. Let me find out you wear leather chaps while you're shooting your guns. We're gonna have a problem. That's what happens. Stitch Witch finds you in the bushes in your leather chaps hiding.
Get one of them
chaps off.
Village People outfits.
Oh,
check, please.
Oh, let me find out. Oh man. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Dewey,
thank y'all for being here. We enjoyed it.
Please, if you are at all interested and you can, go buy the Dewsters book. It's called 12 O'Clock High. It's 450 pages of amazing research. Looks like that. It's a passion project. He's done so much for this man, his memory, and he deserves to get all the recognition he can. I've read 3 of his books so far. They're fantastic reads. I'm not just saying that. They are fantastic reads. I am not the greatest with reading because my attention span is terrible, but I had no problem breezing right through all 3 of his books. They were wonderful. So if you can, go find it. It's on Amazon right now. Please, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, share, comment. All those things help us get in the algorithm. That means we get seen by more people. That means we can potentially make some AdSense revenue and grow this show, and do more, bigger, better things for you.
Did you put your PayPal link up this time or not?
I did not put it up this time. I'm going to put it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the
comments.
No, if you go on the YouTube page and you go to the About
okay.
tab, it'll tell you about the channel. and About Me, and I'll put it there. So the PayPal link and the Cash App link will be there in the About section on the YouTube page. I'll link it in the next video. I just forgot tonight. I didn't even think about it. And then there's if you go back to the previous video from last week, it's there. The PayPal link, the Cash App link, and the Amazon wish list is also there for things that we're looking for the channel, gear and stuff to try to grow. But anyway, yeah, hit the like button, please. Subscribe, share, comment, hit the bell for notifications so you know we'll have another show. Thank you for being here. I love you all. Have a wonderful night. Dewey, thank you so much, brother.
Glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here, man. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Y'all have a great night.